Okay, is everybody in? Want to make sure. Okay, good. Okay, so I would like to call the meeting to order. It is 1:41 p.m., November 15th. All right, so I want to do the roll call. So this is the Commission of Diversity Awareness meeting, Wednesday, November 15th. And roll call, Karen Kidd, that's myself, I'm here. Commissioner Camp,
I'm here.
Commissioner Pino.
I'm sorry,
Not here.
Marcella did send an email that she would not be in today.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Sanchez,
Present.
Commissioner Toner,
Present.
Commissioner James,
Here.
and Commissioner Jarvis.
Here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for bearing with us for technology today. I think we all were challenged, but we're here. So I want to read the mission statement of the commission, and a commission, it is a commission to foster support, respect, awareness, and appreciation for diversity among all citizens of Flagstaff. And do we have any volunteers to read the land acknowledgement today? Okay, I'm not seeing any hands, so I will go ahead and read it if you don't mind. The Commissioner, the Commission of Diversity Awareness humbly acknowledges the ancestral homelands of this area's indigenous nations and original stewards. These lands, since inhabited by native descendants, border mountains sacred to indigenous peoples. We honor them, their legacies, their traditions, and their continued contributions. We celebrate their past, present, and future generations for who will forever know this place at home. Okay. Any upcoming opportunities and announcements? Okay, hearing none. Let us go ahead and move on to public comment. The Commission cannot act upon these items present during the public participation portion of the agenda. Individual Commission members may ask questions of the public, but are prohibited by the open meeting law from discussion or considering the item among themselves until the item is officially placed on the agenda. Each public comment or presentation will be limited to 5 minutes. So we'd like to open up this meeting to public comment. Do we have anyone with a public comment? Go ahead, please.
This is Commissioner Toner. I received an email today from Dee Wegward, our chair ex officio, and she has a conflict, could not be here, asked me to read this in public comments. Code of Friends. I would like to draw attention to and acknowledge Annie Watson, a faculty member at NAU who is completing her PhD this semester. Annie's research centers on families and with children in school that are experiencing or have experienced homelessness. I recently had the privilege of hearing Annie present her amazing research, and I encourage CODA to reach out to Annie at some future point to present her research to you. I believe that she has done important work that sheds lights on the circumstances of economic diversity, and that members of CODA would benefit from taking the time to hear her. Please do consider this. If you need assistance in contacting Annie, please let me know. I appreciate the important work all of you do as commissioners. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Tona. Wonderful. Is this something that we can go ahead and put on the agenda for future agenda?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you so much. And Commissioner Tona, if you can go ahead and send the information also to Mariah so we can reach out to that person and invite them. Thank you so much.
Will do.
Yeah, we would love to hear from her. Okay, any other public comment? Okay, hearing none, let us move on to item number 6, approval of minutes. Did everybody get a copy of the minutes? And do you have any comments or anything you would like to add? Right? May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Okay, may I have a second to approve the minutes?
Second.
Thank you so much. So we do have an approval and a second for the minutes of October the 18th. Thank you. All right, so the next date for for our CODA meeting, I know we were looking at December 6th. Is that fine with everyone? Because I know somebody else wanted to come and present on December 6th. Is that okay with everyone, all the commissioners?
Yes.
I can't be. This is Commissioner Camp. I can't be there that day.
All right, we'll take note of that, but everybody else? Okay. All right, action items. Item number 6. We do have a presentation by Cesar Flores, Associate Vice Provost of for Global Affairs of NAU. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
A pleasure to meet
So same here, same here. Do you have a presentation to share with us? Do you want us to share it on the screen or? Okay,
you.
go
I
ahead.
can, if you are okay, I can do a screen share from my computer.
Okay, sure thing. And go ahead, Commissioner Tuna. I saw your hand was up.
In error.
Oh, oh, you were waving. Okay, we'll wave back. All right, go ahead, Caesar. Thank you so much. Take it away. You can share your screen.
Thank you. And right before starting, I'd like to let you know that I will be happy to stop. If you have questions, just raise your hand. This is just a brief introduction about what we do. And I will also try to address some of the main topics that you kindly share with us. Also would like to add that our Vice Provost, Yimin Wang, is very sorry not to be able to attend. She's still out until the end of this week. So, but wanted to let you know that she was really looking forward to this, and unfortunately she couldn't attend.
Thank you. Did we? Okay.
Uh,
I was just about to ask if I lost you.
Yes, I lost you all.
Okay.
My Teams, I think, needed an update, and when I clicked on share, it restarted. So hopefully it will work now. My apologies. Okay. Can you see my screen? I don't see it on my end.
I am not seeing your screen, but I'm seeing you.
Okay. Let me try this again. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Teams and I are not good friends.
I think Teams is doing an update and it has been really hard for everyone lately. Okay, I see something. Yes.
Okay, excellent. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it showing?
Awesome.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
perfect. Thank you. Okay, so as you know, we at NAU are very fortunate, and I'm telling you this because I come from a different university within the state of Arizona, within ABOR, and the way that universities work for international support is different, even within our state. So what makes NAU very special is that it has a dedicated center for all that relates to international students and global education. So we're very fortunate to be part of that center. This is called the Center for International Education. Um, Within our center, we have, if we divide our activity in the type of work we do, which all relates to international, but there are some specifics, right? So we have a large team of people that work helping students that we call inbound get to NAU and find NAU programs and ultimately graduate from NAU. So our main goal, our mantra is we work as a student center organization. Um, and we also work with one goal in mind, to graduate our students. And that involves many things, right? It involves the right, setting the right expectations, providing the right services, getting the right engagement for everyone, and making sure that their progression from the very first time they hear about NAU until the moment that they're ready to go out and find their first job, and even further as an alum, uh, is supported by us and is advocated by us. So that's our core. We have another area within CIE that is for outbound students. So that is primarily dedicated to helping current NAU students find education abroad opportunities. Um, we are within the top 10 universities for the most um, study abroad opportunities in the country, and we're very proud of that. So that allows every student to study anywhere from a short program, a guided program of a few weeks, up until maybe 6 months or a year abroad. Some of them also opt into dual degrees that include a language and an academic program. So those two main areas try to provide every possible support to the students that are already here with us and want to go abroad, and to the students that want to come with us and graduate. And we also have our administrative portions within CIE. So with that said, I hope that gives you a general idea of how we're integrated. Total in CIE, we have about 42 employees, full-time employees, and about 30 in any given time. It could be 20, could be 30. I think at this moment, we're very close to 30 student workers. Those are both domestic student workers that are in any program here at NAU, and also international student workers that come with a student visa and study with us. So altogether, we're very close to 70 people fully dedicated to helping in globalization, internationalization, and providing all the possible support to our students. So very quickly, you may all be very familiar with NAU, but we are about 28,000 students strong. Within those 28,000 students, more than 1,100 students are international. They come from a little bit over 80 countries. Our main countries represented by international students are India, China, and countries of the Middle East. After that, we have small representations from many countries around the world in every continent. As you know, we have 150 academic programs, a very nice class size, in average 31 students per class, and a student to faculty ratio that is 19:1. Now, I'll give you more details on our international student population. So out of those students that are currently with us, and when I mention 1,100 students, those are students that are here in Flagstaff. But I also need to clarify that we have about 400 students that are taking classes with NAU in other countries. That they may never come physically to NAU, but they are in every possible way our students, like the students that are here. And so out of the students that are here with us, 442 are undergraduate students, 675 are graduate students, and about 326 of the 1,100 international students with us live on campus. The rest of them live off campus. So most of the students that live on campus are undergraduate students and incoming exchange students. The rest, which is mostly our graduate students, they live in housing buildings around the campus. So with that general information, I want to tell you a little bit of what we do when we prepare our students to come. So traditionally, the students that we've received from overseas at NAU have all come through special partnerships that we have with universities. Mostly that was the case for China, where we have special partners. We work with them. They build cohorts of students that that they prepare. So when they come to NAU for either a year or 2 years, they already know what to expect. They're familiarized with us. They know what the teaching system looks like. They have quite a good understanding of how we do things here, and they're well taken care of. Now that has changed after COVID. We've seen a rise of individual students applying to NAU, students that find us through either our visits to their country or word of mouth from other students that have been here, or even on the internet. So those students, like any other student in the US would do, they apply to us individually. When they apply, they get reviewed and get an admission decision, and then those students come independently as international students. Those are the students that we have been working more intensively with as this trend started to happen, because we found that those students need more preparation. They need to understand the American education system better. And I'll show you a few slides on how we address that in a few minutes. And then they need to learn some other things that, compared to the students that were in specific cohorts, they didn't get a chance to hear before coming here. So we do that by providing online orientations, live orientations. So we have people from our department setting up Zoom sessions for hundreds of students at really strange times of the day, right? So because we need to match a good time for our students in China, we need to match a good time for our students in India, in the Middle East. So more than often, those happen really early in the morning or really late in the afternoon or even into the evening. With that, we show our students what to expect. You see a few things that we do here, that we do the International Career Week. We have dedicated academic advising for some of our students. We have services that are very important, are crucial, so students can have their can be in compliance with the U.S. government in terms of visa. We also help them if they want to work on campus. We guide them how to get their social security number. We help them with their optional practical training, which is something that allows them to work with a student visa after they finish their program. We have a large number of student events throughout the year that are hosted here, precisely in this building that I'm at right now. It's the International Pavilion, and that are meant to integrate students, not just within their own country, but with all the students from all around the campus. So as you can imagine, there's plenty of activities that are fun. Food, of course. I remember being a student, I was always ready to join any program that had some snacks around it. So those are things that we all try to provide. There's always coffee here. There's always sometimes popcorn, so they can also just pop in and meet people and talk to them. Now, we also have housing for international students that is called International House. That is part of a large group that is called iHouse. And there's international housing all around the country. They have this organization that is called iHouse. We have that here, and that accommodates about 260 to 280 students, really in the heart of the campus. So those are some of the things that we pay attention to. We also talk to families. For us, it's very important that families understand what their children will have in terms of services, and also what to expect. So talking about what to expect, we talk to them about the simple things, right? This is a new country, different ways to do things, different ways to approach life. There's a new language or a new accent in some cases, and of course the weather. We talk about the weather. That's important for them to know. But then we also talk about the less obvious things. So what are those? The less obvious things are how to communicate in class. What are the expectations? We talk about plagiarism. We talk about housing. We talk about the way to approach their landlord. We have also some other services that I see Dr. Jane here. He is a huge part of some of those efforts. He even leads the cricket team for students from India. We use those opportunities to tell them a few things that they need to understand so they can be successful in class. So there are many things that are happening, and many things that are trying to expand on. So those students have enough support and they can be successful. And of course, we tell them about the grading system in the US, which is very different from their grading system. I'm going to go through this quickly, but I'll just give you an example, right? I was educated in Mexico, and before joining my college program, the normal way to attend class and get good grades is um, you sit down, you listen to the class, you take notes, and at the end of the month and again at the end of the semester, you take tests. If you score 100 in every test, you get your 100 for your class, and you get an A, and you pass. And we explain to them that that is not the case here. That they need to show up in class um, uh, and do all of their assignments, work in all the day to day, so they can get that final grade up to 100. And we explain that a final exam at NAU might be worth only 10%, right? And then the midterms maybe another 20%. So even if they score 100 in those, they may only get up to 30% of their final grade. So those are small things that when if you think about it, might sound obvious to us, but in a different educational system, they are not. So then we talk also about uh, what is their degree? How do they approach advising? How do they prepare for class? How do they really focus on the difficulty of the courses, and how to work with their friends? So these are all important things that we work on to prepare them. Now, I'd like to address the housing topic specifically, and then I'll be quiet. And then if you have any questions, of course, I'll be happy to respond to those. So we have a director of retention that works within our center, and he has been approaching some of the housing partners around the campus. He works directly with in-campus housing as well. And we try to provide all the possible information for our students. For those that want to live on campus, we also advocate so there's enough room for them. There's enough, so they have a place if they want to live on campus. For those that live outside of campus, what we've been trying to do is at least to have an open channel of communication with some of the landlords around the campus that have buildings where we know international students stay. That is something that I think still has, it still is a good area of opportunity. It's something that we would like to collaborate with your commission if that's a possibility. We think that the education can come in both ways. So we should work with our students so they also know what's the practice in the US when you rent a house, when you rent an apartment or a room. What are the expectations? What's the proper conduct? All of those things that are important. Just general housekeeping knowledge that might be different from country to country, and with the landlords, so they can also understand that we're coming from different cultures, and also that they have someone that they can talk to here on campus if anything comes up. So with that said, now I'll stay quiet, and I thank you for your patience and listening to my information, and I'm ready to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a lot of information. Thank you so much. I do have, before I open it up to the floor to ask questions, does any of you have a collaboration with the landlords and the renters in our area here? Because you spoke about um, for the students to understand our customs here in the United States, but do they have a forum, or do you have somebody who has a link to speak with the different landlords in Flagstaff?
Yeah, that's a great question. We so the person that engages with them is our director of of retention. He's the one that communicates with them. I wouldn't dare to say that we're connected with every single one of them, right? We know of a few places where most of our students are, and we try to stay connected with them. I know Dr. Jane has also been in touch with some of those landlords, but there's much more to do, I think. And I would say just in enhancing the goodwill, right, between both. That could go a long way. We don't have actual programming. We're just working on that. That's part of our plan, to have special programming so we can involve those landlords in just understanding how big of a role they play in what we do, right? So some of the information that I shared with you earlier, our mission, right? Graduate students, create ambassadors of positive change around the world. Those things that really drive our everyday activity, we would like to make them part of that and allow them to understand that they are a big part of that. So it's not just providing housing. What they do is they're actually changing lives and changing the way the U.S. is seen around the world. So creating that ambassadorship. There's still a long way to go on that, and we're open to participating and collaborating in any effort related to that.
Okay, good. I have two more questions, but I want to open the floor for any of the questions from our commissioners or any guests. Anyone will have questions here? Go ahead, Commissioner Sanchez.
Hi, thank you so much for such a lovely, thorough presentation. I might have missed this because I did have to step away to take a medical call, but one thing I noticed was we talked a little bit about how we're prepping students for coming to NAU, things like how to ask questions and understanding their grades. What are we doing to prepare teachers to potentially support the students along the other end? How are we preparing them to be culturally responsive?
I love your question, Commissioner. I'll give you a little bit of my background. Before coming to NAU, I worked in international recruitment for ASU for 8 years. And that was probably one of the most rewarding, but also most challenging things to do when I was at ASU. I will be honest, we're just getting started here. It's hard to. It is a sensitive topic, right? And a sensitive approach, trying to tell someone that is the expert in teaching, the expert in guiding students, telling them some things that they need to pay attention to, especially if it comes from an administrator. So we definitely need some support within campus. We need some advocates within the faculty to help us address that within faculty. We can definitely provide information, show them cases, tell them what we see, but we don't want to dare to tell them how to do things, because we definitely trust their teaching methods. We don't want to impose anything. So it's a difficult thing to do. It's a sensitive activity. So we're open to suggestions. We're open to advocacy within the faculty body. We've been addressing that with some of our faculty. We have some that are extremely culturally sensitive. You see one of them here, Dr. Jane. So that's something that I'm excited about, but it's still just in its beginnings.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that response. happy to hear that it's on the radar, and I can imagine that it's a very difficult topic, especially considering, one size doesn't fit all, and there will be, a need to work through that. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you. Great question.
Wonderful question, Commissioner Sanchez. And I saw Commissioner Toner hand was up also. Do you have a question?
Thank you, Chair. I am so, I loved your presentation and it really taught me a lot. And I've been to some events over there at the pavilion, and what a wonderful place it is. I guess my question is, knowing your understanding of all the things, including, Commissioner Sanchez's question, how can we at the Commission on Diversity Awareness, support you and forge any kind of partnerships in any specific areas where our kind of scope of action is on the municipal level? And thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. It was very informative.
Thank you very much. We're open, right, to hear from you the representation that you bring and the depth of your influence is something that we value, and I think just by keeping an open channel of communication, saying, okay, this is what we see on our side, this is what we see on the other side, how can we both approach it? I think that will be, if I can make any suggestions, that will be my suggestion, right? So just saying, okay, let's stay in touch. We will be sharing with you if we face any challenges, right, with the local community. We're absolutely open to hear from you anytime you feel like something is not working, or that something can work better, or if you have ideas on how to make things work better. We're definitely open to that. At the end of the day, what we want is that our students have the best possible experience, that they can forget about worrying of everyday things, and they can elevate their thoughts to really make the most of their program.
Very good question, Dan. Very good answer. Commissioner Tona, you were reading my mind, because that is the question, one of the questions I was going to ask, but thank you so much for asking that question. Go ahead, Commissioner Tona. I think I was talking over you, and I apologize for that. This is Teams.
Oh no, I know there's a delay. No, I was finished. Thanks so much.
Anybody else have any
I do have one little shout out to Commissioner Dr. Jane. I did not know that you were into athletics and bringing some, global athletics to Northern Arizona. Bravo.
I'm learning more and more about Dr. Jane every day. So good things, though. Good things. Any other questions from the commissioners or guests? All right, so I have one more question for you. Is how do you see the employers in Flagstaff or Coconino County? How do you see us being prepared, or do you have do you have an open house to prepare employers to link with your international students? Because you did speak about the visas and all of that. Thank you so much for that information, because that is a question that we usually have. But do you have an open house to educate the employers how we can, bring in international students for that experience?
That's a really good idea. We do have, within the International Week, we do engage with some local employers, the larger ones, as you can imagine. But so many times there might be a better opportunity for our students with a small or mid-sized employer. And I would never dare to say that we have an open communication with all of them, because we don't even know who they all are, right? So I think that's a wonderful idea. We'd love to do that. We are capable of doing that. We have people that can train them, that can talk to them about how the visa process works, how a student with an OPT can work with them for a year or for even 3 years, and potentially become one of their best employees if they so desire to do that. We'd be happy and very willing to do something like that. The only challenge is that we don't know how to reach out to all of them.
Okay. Well, I would definitely see how best, as Commissioner Tuna was saying, see how best once you communicate with us at Coda, see how best we can get the word out there and assist with that partnership, because it's really important, because your international students are also residents here for some, part of the time, so we really want them to stay, and the employers want them to stay, because after gaining that expertise with the university, we would really like them to stay and impart in building Flagstaff. So, yeah. All right. Well, I don't have any more questions. Anybody else have any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Flores, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to find out a little more, a little insight on what's happening in NAU International Student Campus. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity and really appreciate your work. Thanks to all of you for this. This is wonderful.
Wonderful. You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So I noticed that item on action items, item B, Gracie is not going to be here, and item C, Zane and Alicia will not be able to present today. So let us go ahead and move on to the update on Juneteenth, item D. And do we have any updates on the Juneteenth? I'm looking to see if I see Councilperson House. I know usually she has an update on Juneteenth. Mariah, do you know if Councilperson House is going to join us today?
No, she didn't say anything that she wasn't going to be here, but she didn't confirm that she was either, so I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any updates on Juneteenth? Because I know usually we would get it from Council House. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and move on to action item 8E, which is vote on a chair. And at this point in time, Mariah, I'll pass it on to you. Hi, Dr. Munene. Nice to see
Oh,
you.
fine, fine. How are you? I'm sorry I've missed so many meetings. I'm chairing the Ethnic Diverse Commission at NAU. There are meetings and meetings and meetings and meetings. So, and we are
It's so
doing a
good to see
diversity
you.
strategic plan. We are doing a diversity strategic plan. So it's meetings and meetings and meetings. It's not that I don't want to join you. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being with us. Thanks. Mariah, sorry about that. I was just so
Oh,
surprised to see Dr. Munene. Go ahead.
no problem. So we do need to have a vote on chair again. Um, I guess I'm not really sure what all happened. There was some sort of disconnect, but so we do need to redo the vote on chair. And so we would need somebody to make a nomination, second, and then vote.
Okay, Commissioner Tona, I see your hand.
Hi, everybody again. We developed some protocols a couple of years ago. And so the protocol, if there was a vacancy, unexpected vacancy, then the vice chair would move into the chair. So I want to nominate that vice chair Commissioner Kidd actually move into now the chair position of CODA.
This is Commissioner Sanchez, and I second that.
Motion carried. Thank you so much. I have to abstain.
Yes, and I would like to call for the vote to appoint or appoint Commissioner Vice Chair Kidd as chair. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now, Chair Kidd, welcome. Thank you so much.
Thanks. So I do want to ask a question. Thank you for voting for me. Yes. This was impromptu, but good. Um, do we have to go ahead now and open the floor for a vice chair position? Commissioner Tona or Mariah?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
But you can do that now because you're officially chair.
Okay, good. So now we have a vacancy for vice chair on CODA, and we want to open the floor for nominations. You can nominate yourself or you can nominate somebody. Anyone?
I would hope that we would have a self nomination simply because there's responsibility and time requirements. And I don't know what happened to, it looks like Bethany is no longer with us, who would be Bethany and Sarah are the two that have the most seniority now. And so I'm reluctant to nominate anybody without, having prior affirmed that they want to serve. So I would really encourage anybody who is interested to self-nominate, and with the understanding that it is a 2-year commitment because you're vice chair for the rest of this session, next 10 months, and then move into chair. Thank you.
I would be happy to do it.
All right. Yay.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Great. All right. So Commissioner Jarvis was so bravely there to step up. Nice. Thank you. So I'm not here alone. Um, So we'd like to go ahead and vote on move a motion and vote on Commissioner Jarvis being vice chair of CODA.
Aye.
Do I hear first?
Aye.
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 And a second? Aye. I'm just hearing them coming in like slowly. That is Teams for you. Thank you. Motion carry. Thank you so much, Vice Chair Jarvis.
Bravo.
Yay. Thank you. Yeah, great. Okay. So moving right along. Um, reports, discussion items, proclamations. So we don't have any proclamation that is outstanding right now. The only proclamation we'll be working on is maybe we'll discuss it in the next meeting for February for Black History Month. Um, Anybody else have any questions on that? Or Mariah, do you have any questions on that or anything else to add? Because I understand the Native American Heritage Month proclamation that was already read. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so. I don't have any updates on proclamations.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so let's move on to updates from staff liaison. Again, Mariah, counting on you.
The only update I have is that we are going to hold a commissioners training at City Hall on December 4th from 5:30 to 6:30. It's also going to be available on Teams if anyone wants to go to that training. Excuse me. They're really just going to cover basically the in and outs of being a commissioner, what you can and can't do, how the meetings are supposed to go. You can attend in person on Teams, and they're also going to record it and put it on YouTube. So if that time doesn't work for you, if you want to review it, it will be there for you. And I'll send the invite out to the entire commission just in case anyone wants to go.
Wonderful, thank you. And what day in December is that, you said?
December 4th, on
December
Monday.
4th.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. And so, commissioners, if anybody's interested, please take note, December 4th, in person at City Hall, commissioners training, or we will look forward to an invitation via Teams. Okay. All right. So item C, work group list report or update. Anybody have any updates or reports from their work groups? Okay, and the next item is collaboration with the library. Commissioner Tona, I think you have an update for that.
I do. I'm very excited. This Friday at 4:30 in the 4th Street Library, we are going to do the kickoff of this collaboration between the library and CODA on his history collection project, oral history collection project from the LGBTQIA plus community in Flagstaff and in the surrounding areas. It doesn't need to be just confined to the city limits. And we will have 3 different ways of collecting those stories, and all that will be explained. And we may not actually be able to start it because we're still waiting on the final approval from legal on the consents. But both Tucson and Phoenix area, they have a really robust history collection archive. In Tucson, it's housed in U of A library system, and in the Valley area, it's a private nonprofit. So we are very excited as the 3rd largest community in Arizona to finally be kicking off our own. And so anyway, it's going to be at 4:30. The kickoff will be at 4:30. And Mariah, I will be sending you the flyer for the project. It doesn't have a date on it because, you know, we want it to be generic and be able to distribute it around the city. And if that could be posted to our website for CODA, and also hopefully for the front page of the city website. So very excited. Anybody who can be there at 4th Street Library at 4:30 on Friday, very welcome, and very excited about this project getting off the ground. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Tona. And when you say Friday, this Friday? Like day after tomorrow.
Correct. Yes, 2 days.
Okay. 2 days from now.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that flyer because I want to share it with everyone and I definitely want to be there. Yes. Commissioner Franklin. Oh, sorry. Mariah. I made you a commissioner all of a sudden. Wow. See the power of the chair? Go ahead.
Uh, I just want clarification on the flyer. When you say you want it on the first page of the website, are you referring to the city website or like on Facebook? Do you want it posted to social media?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Social media, and I was actually that front page of the City of Flagstaff. It's got a thing for community activities and stuff there, plus of course on our CODA website. Thanks, Mariah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that clarification. All right, update on the fair item on equitable restrooms. Have we had any update on that?
Yes, I thank you. Thank you, Chair Kidd. The update is no update, and it's really frustrating because when we presented this, when our former chair, ex officio D. Wegwart, presented to City Council, they unanimously voted to approve this particular fair item. And, you know, for the new members of the commission, all it asked for is for single-use restrooms throughout the city facilities to just switch the sign from male or female to,
Family.
just the
Yes.
universal sign. And there would be nothing would have to change with the restrooms except the sign. And so one city council person at the time referred to it as low-hanging fruit because it would be so cheap, and yet it would be such a, such an important, not just messaging, but actually service to our entire community. Parks and Rec and Open Spaces has taken it upon themselves. They've just started changing all their restroom signage on single use on their own. They haven't waited for the city to bring this forward. So I think in talking to Chair ex officio Wegwart today, we're going to ask to have this on the commission on a vote next month to either represent to City Council or request that legal present to us about why this has gotten stuck in legal. That's at least what we're hearing, is that it's kind of stuck in legal. So I know they're very, very busy with many, many things, but this is a small thing. But it's a small but powerful messaging. It really needs to happen. It's not just messaging; it's actual, services. So that's the update. Next week, next meeting, we will bring an actual, proposal to vote on or recommendation to vote on. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that update, Commissioner Tona. As you were saying, it's low-hanging fruit. It wouldn't cost anything for us to be inclusive in the city of Flagstaff because, this is what this commission is for. It's making sure we have equitable and also diverse and inclusiveness within the city of Flagstaff. So, yeah, I am one to help push that, whether we go back to the council with it or whether we ask for an update from legal. So, definitely on point on that. Thank you. All right. So, the next item is anti-camp ordinance review of data for a move to another committee. I know we did discuss that the last time. Is there anybody here to give us an update on that?
I can give an update because I spoke with Commissioner Pino, there will be a presentation at our December 6th meeting. And the reason that, usually we do the third Wednesday, but we moved it to the first Wednesday because the students will present what their report found, what their research found with the data we provided them with. So I'm really excited about these grad students coming and presenting. And Commissioner Pena said that the students really wanted to appear in person, and we're a little disappointed that it has to be on Teams, but that just really speaks to their enthusiasm and confidence. So that will happen on December 6th.
Okay, well, we can't wait to hear them. We'll see. Thank you so much for that update, Commissioner Tona. So, item G, the discussion on the diversity flag. So, first of all, let me ask Mariah if you have any updates from Council Person House, because I know she was going to send the information over to the council about the Black History Month flag.
No, I don't have any updates on that right now.
Okay.
I'll follow up and I'll let you guys know in the leadership meeting next week.
Okay, because I did a presentation and I passed it on. So, on the diversity flag, I did reach out to Rose Tohei, and Rose mentioned that on a commemorative flag, she mentioned that the Native for Native American Heritage Month, they did have a flag and it was completed and it was unveiled on the Indigenous Peoples Day event on October the 9th. And she did send some pictures over, and it has been flying on the flagpole at City Hall for the month of November. So the Native American Heritage Month, they did come together. The Native American Committee came together, and they did have a flag for Native American Heritage Month. Now, if any kind of discussion on a diversity flag, Rose Tohey said she will definitely put it on the agenda for when they are having their meetings the for IPAC or for the other Native American committees. So, is this something that we want to wait until Commissioner House can give us, sorry, for Councilwoman House give us an update on, or do we want to just leave it on here?
Well, I would like to see it remain on the agenda just so it doesn't go off the radar.
Right. Okay.
And shout out to everybody who's done really good work on this form of representation.
Hey, thanks. And I wanted to show you, if you haven't seen it, Rose did send me a picture. Let me see how best I can share this. Can you see my screen? Can everybody see my screen? Yes, Rose did share. This is the Native American flag that is now being flown on the flagpole of City of Flagstaff. Yay! Awesome. Great. I just thought I would show you that. All right. So, agenda for future meetings. So we do have the anti-camp ordinance review um, that Commissioner Tuna spoke about. We're going to go ahead and put that for agenda for future meetings. And again, a discussion on a commemorative flag update from Rose Tohi. She definitely would like to come and we can have that discussion there. Anything else we would like to Oh, wait, we have C, a discussion of formal efforts for Women's Right Commission. So, Commissioner Toner, who do we get the information from the past where this the Women's Right Commission was being discussed back in the days?
I believe because of open meeting laws, I can't send out emails. I send it to our liaison, Kata, and
Okay.
hopefully she can forward it to everybody. What I can do this afternoon after this meeting is forward that to Mariah. And Mariah, if you could forward it to the whole commission, that would be helpful.
Yes,
Yep.
I can do that.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, because I was waiting for it and I was wondering who was going to send it. So definitely, as soon as we get that information, we can go ahead and do it. Right. Okay. So before we adjourn, do we have any questions or any comments from the commissioners?
Yes, I would like, if that's okay, I have an announcement. Now, I'm the co-chair of the Commission on Ethnic Diversity at NAU. I'm the faculty co-chair, and Sharon Doctor is the staff co-chair. In our last meeting last week, we agreed unanimously to invite St. Clair Detrick Jules, who is an author and a photographer and a short documentary maker. And she is currently beginning her campus tour on My Beautiful Black Hair. That reminds me, Carol, I didn't even recognize you. You know, we Black people, what we can do with our hair. Our hair is our identity. And in a New York minute, we can change it. Anyway, I said, what? Anyway, so we agreed that in the spring, we are gonna invite her to come to NAU and make a presentation, preferably in February during the Black History Month. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to share, but you can see her website. Is there a way I can share screen and then share? Oh, let's see. It can pop up, share. Oh, I wanted to see my website. I mean, so that I can show you.
So, Dr. Muneni, do you have the website
Yeah,
address? I can put it in the chat.
yeah, I can give you the website. Let me do that. Let me put in the chat. So what we agreed on is to request CODA to co-sponsor. The sponsorship may be endorsement and also help publicize, because we want it to be a community event. And so what we shall do is, instead of having her come for one day, we could have her come for 2 days and then have a book signing, maybe show some of her documentary. And she has a quick read about her work. It says about the book, My Beautiful Black Hair, is part visual celebration, part cultural anthropology. My book, My Beautiful Black Hair, is a collection of candid photos of Black women paired with stories about our natural hair. This book stands as a joyful witness to the current repositioning of our cultural landscape as the natural hair movement comes into full bloom. Author St. Clair Dietrich Jules is an award-winning filmmaker, photographer, and activist. She captures personal stories and intimate moments centering Black liberation, immigrant justice, and women's rights. An Afro-Caribbean artist who remains rooted in her community, St. Clair grounds her work in radical love, joy, and knowledge that a more just world is possible. St. Clair has a BA from Brown University in French and Francophone Studies. She currently resides in her hometown, Washington, D.C. So we are also thinking, besides the commission, we can go to the School of Communication at NAU, because she is a filmmaker, and also incorporate them. But we would like as many members of the community to also come, and CODA can facilitate with that. So I'm gonna, in our meeting in December commission, I'll let them know that I shared this idea. Maybe you can put it in your agenda also for the December meeting. It's my request. And then we'll take it from there. We want to book her for February Black History Month. So that's the announcement. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Munini. And Mariah, would you please share your email address with Dr. Munini so he can send you this information
I think
in writing so we can
I
have
have
it?
her email. She's sending out the invites. I think I can just,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Dr. Munini, if you could go ahead and send it to Mariah,
Yeah.
and then we can go from there. But that sounds really interesting. And thank you so much for complimenting me on my hair. Yes, we can do lots of things with our hair in a New York minute.
Yeah.
Thank
Only
you.
black people. Black don't crack. Only black people. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, so it is 2:51, and I would like to adjourn the meeting. But before doing so, I would like to congratulate our Vice Chair, Sarah Javed. Yay, once again. Thank you for stepping up and not leaving me here alone. Thank you. Great partnership. And thank you so much for all the commissioners and even our guests for helping us through this. Also, a special thanks for Commissioner Tona. You know, she has been here helping us and holding us with, you know, as you say, with our little um, steering us in the right direction. Thank you so much for all the help and your time. And everyone, be safe for Thanksgiving. You know, Thanksgiving is a way for giving thanks for life. Um, we do all have privileges because we woke up this morning. So we want to be humble and thankful for the air that we breathe and be nice to one another. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So I want to adjourn this meeting, a meeting of CODA at 2:52 p.m. on October the 15th.
Yeah.
And thank you so much and have a wonderful Thanksgiving and an excellent day and weekend. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I made it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.